Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am scrapbooking these two photos. This is of my son and my husband when they were doing their voting by mail. Now I am going to be using my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month. Remember, this kit is based on Coco Vanilla Studio these days. It is kind of a pale pastel-y collection. Not my normal thing, but I added some bright and bold things in here, so hopefully it will turn out a-okay. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, I'm starting off with a piece of khaki cardstock for my background, and then I quickly decide to chop it into pieces and not use it as a background. I have taken the cut apart sheet and cut off 2 strips but kept them together. I am using my Distress Oxide in Hickory Smoke, and I am going to just go ahead and ink up all of my edges. This is not something I do on the regular so much anymore, but I used to ink everything. Everything got inked, but now it's just kind of when I want to. Now, I really like the way a Distress Oxide lands on khaki colored cardstock. You definitely can tell that this is gray ink, even though it is khaki colored, so that makes me happy. And then I'm just going to set that off to the side and then figure out what the heck I am doing with my life and with this layout. So instead of using the khaki cardstock as the background, like my initial thought was, I decided to go ahead and move over and use this house paper as my background, which is weird because I'm pretty sure I said I wasn't going to use the house paper. I was going to use the other side. But I decided, since my layout is about at-home voting, it was perfectly acceptable to use the house paper. Now, these 2 photo mats that I am inking up right here will be for the 2 4x6 photos that I have that need to go down. So in the photo is my husband and my son, and they were very carefully reading the ballots and the measures and everything to make the right choice for their votes. So I decided that instead of overlapping these 2 photos, which is what I seem to tend to do lately, I decided that I would keep them apart and have space all the way around each of the photos. So I'm going to do that by placing them in the center of the layout, and then I'm going to go ahead and build up the layers down here at the bottom. So I put down that khaki colored layer and then that cut apart layer, and then I cut off another bit of the cut apart, but this side I am going to use the B side, which has these hearts. I ink that up, and then I'm going to place that here as well. And what that's just going to do is giving me a little bit more color, a little bit more pop and pizzazz down here at the bottom. So now I'm going to take it off and change it up. Decided to put it up here, and I did that because the khaki colored cardstock was kind of laying on top of each other, and I wanted a little bit of differentiation, and that heart paper was going to give me exactly that. So now I'm looking at the cut apart sheet. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be bringing in as a title and some decoration. And I know that I want to use that Home Sweet Home sticker on the sticker sheet, but I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. So I start pulling some other things out of the kit just to look and see what is kind of grabbing my attention and what I feel like needs to be used. So I grab the Memories word off of the Simple Stories word phrases here. What are these called? I don't even know where they are. There they are. The Summer Farmhouse foam stickers. And then I'm just going to take a peek at my kit and see what all I can bring forward. Now, I wanted to bring in that chipboard phrase right there, but it really kind of clashed with the blues that were already going on the layout, so I decided not to do that. I take off this orangey sticker tab off of the Jelly Bean Soup sticker sheet, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some hearts and ink those up and place them right on the center of the tab as well. And that's just giving me the tab there and a little bit of decoration for some fun. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, I love this. I've got these pastel-y colors from These Days, which is the collection, the Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection that my kit is based off of. And then I'm bringing in the little bits of deeper color because I don't want this to be so pastel-y. Like some of these layouts that I create, I'm definitely going to want like soft, beautiful layouts, but not all of them need to be soft layouts, right? Like I like color, so I should continue to like color. So I'm going to mess around with this cut apart label and also the Home Sweet Home sticker so that I can figure out exactly where I want it to go, exactly what spacing I want to have, so that it doesn't look funky. And what I mean by funky is if I stuck the sticker just straight on the label, it wouldn't have a lot of give on the outside edges. Like, you wouldn't be able to really see the layers, and I want you to be able to see the layers. So I go ahead, I get that down there, and now it's just a matter of figuring out what I want to do. So I decide to grab this sticker that has the camera on it, and I'm actually going to fussy cut the camera off of the sticker, and I'm not going to use the speech bubble or anything like that. I'm not, confession time here, guys, I'm not really that big of a fan of speech bubbles. Like, it's not something where I'm like, yeah, let's put a speech bubble on there. It's just not something that really kind of like speaks to my soul with my scrapbooking, right? It's kind of like, well, if I've got to use it, I'll use it, or how can I camouflage up the little hook part of the speech bubble. I don't even know if that has a name. So I go ahead, I get the camera on there, and I'm really liking this cluster down here on the bottom, and then I'm like, ooh, there's a little home sticker. So I need to go ahead and figure out where I can put the home sticker. Now, I originally wanted to layer up the home sticker on this gray label because it gave the most contrast between the sticker and the label. However, when I placed it on my page, it just so happens that there's a big old gray roof and the same exact color right where I wanted to put the sticker. And it kind of blends in together and you kind of lose that distinction. So I decided not to go with the gray one and decided to go with this floral one. Of course, I inked up the edges and then I just popped it right there. And there is enough of a distinction between the label and the background paper so I don't feel like it is kind of like sinking into it and getting lost the way I felt like the gray label was. So now it is a matter of wrapping up the decoration on here and figuring out if I want to have some sort of epic journaling or a little bit of journaling, just figuring out like what in the world I want to do with that. So now that the house is finally on the layout, we can move on from there. Okay, so now what the heck am I doing? Oh, I put an arrow down. So now I'm just, now that you've got the main bones down, now what you do is, you futz around and just figure out what you want to do. So I have this word phrase that I went ahead and inked up, and then of course it is going to be under the left-hand photo. So I kind of have this diagonal embellishment line going across the page. And then I pull in this heart over here from whatever collection this was from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. And then I remembered that I needed to pull the dot of the eye off of that sticker sheet, and I went ahead and put that down as well. And now I go into the kit and I pull out some of the corked pieces. So this one cork embellishment has some little scrolly bits, and that was perfect because I love scrolly bits, and I went ahead and placed them on top of the layout so that it would be nice and decorative. And then I also pulled out these cork and kind of shiny papered hearts, and I just went ahead and nestled the little inside kind of indent of the heart on places on the layout that made sense. Like I nestled the one around the edge of the tab. That made sense to me. Now, of course, I also have my favorite sparkly gold sequins ever. You can pick these up at Brutus Monroe. They just have the most amazing level of shining, shimmering, splendid. Like the sparkle is just, it's beautiful. And you can tone it down a little bit depending upon which side of the sequin you have up. And it's kind of like it's not a sequin where the sparkly gold glittery bits are falling off of it. Like it's completely contained as the sequin, so you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. I am using a crystal katana tool to go ahead and get those sequins down. Now this tool is something that you can pick up from Amazon. It does run between $20 and $25. You guys know how Amazon prices fluctuate, so that is the price of it. It's by far my favorite kind of jewel picker thing that I have tried. I'm sure there are brands and such out there that I have not tried yet, but out of the ones I have tried, this one is my favorite. And then I'm going to go ahead and get all of that beautiful journaling down. We're talking about Christopher and Alex and their strategy for voting and just reading all of the information. It was a fun time. Now I've already scrapbooked Lana's vote from home picture, so this one will be a companion page to that. And I honestly have no idea how or what I used to decorate hers with. So it could be a companion page that looks nothing alike, and that's okay. So there it is, you guys. There is that layout all finished. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.